Hey everybody, it's Jane Johnston with the BriarHillGroup at REMAX Camosun. I was asked to sit in a podcast tomorrow and give an update with what's happening in the market in Victoria. So what I thought I'd do is gather all the data, and then I thought, why not just present it to you guys, and then I can practice it while I'm going along so you can see it. So this is an overview of what's happening in the real estate market to date so far this year. So let me just, so we can see here that this is my listing package program. That's me. So this is an overview of the market over the past 2 years, and you can see that the market usually peaks in both the spring and the fall. Generally, the highest time of the year is around April or May. And 2019, from December to December, was a rather typical year. So you see a bit of a big hump and then a smaller hump in September. So with COVID-19 this year, we were heading on that trajectory. In fact, we were having a really strong spring. February was going gangbusters. March looked like it was going to be really good. And then everything kind of fell out of the market. And in April, we had literally half the sales that we normally have, even less than that. We were down 55%. So I'm going to be focusing just on single family homes. Then once phase one happened, people started to get curious about what was happening. There were more listings coming up, which is the bar graph, and then the line graph is the total MLS sales. The sales happened after the listings came on, and we went gangbusters in July and August. We were up over 50%. We did the same volume as of the end of August 31st that we did last year, but we just spread it out a little more in the summer. And so we really are experiencing a late spring market. It's actually hot again right now, and I'm finding it quite busy. If we look over the past 2 years at single family homes, probably if we go August to May, August 2018 to May of 2020, we would see really historically quite a flat line with it trending evenly. And then it's really picked up over the past 2 months. And we now have an average sale price, and that's average all over Victoria at $1 million. So average is affected by those houses that are priced really high and those houses that are priced really low. And I will say that the luxury market has been doing very well this year. So this is a great example of the sales of homes by price range. So you can see we have Vic West, Oak Bay, Esquimalt, View Royal, Saanich East, Saanich West, Central Saanich, North Saanich, Sydney, the Highlands, and all these other areas. And you can see where the price range is. This is current month and year to date. So you can see, like in Oak Bay, we've had 11 homes that have sold between 2.5 million and 3 million year to date. And that's the most expensive area in the city. North Saanich is also very expensive, and you see homes selling in the $4 million price range. And then the same thing in Saanich East, 3 million plus. So these affect averages all over the city. If we're going to look at where the majority of the listings are selling, they're actually selling in Saanich East. And you can see they range from about 750 up to, I would say, 1.2 million. You have your biggest hump. And we're also seeing this in the Langford area. So you have your biggest hump there from the $500,000 range up to the 1,050,000 range. So a lot of activity happening in these areas. So where this chart is really great is if somebody is going to write an offer and they see a house and it's priced within a certain range, there's going to be a lot of sales happening in that price range, so they know if they're not overpaying, if they're seeing, by the way, I'm on live. By the way, the camera's on. So So where this graph, where I first saw this graph, which was interesting, was I had a condo listed in Saanich East, and it was a view condo, and it was a really nice neighborhood. And the buyer's agent that came in showed me this graph and said, hey, you know what? You're above everything else, and there's a very unlikely chance you're going to sell in that price range. And although it was worth it, she was right. So statistically, you have to look, is it going to appear in that price range or not? And if it's not, then don't buy it. You're overpaying. So we also get what's called the Home Price Index Benchmark Price Summary, which comes out once a month, and just explains what the benchmark prices are for the various areas. So in North Saanich, we can see $946 compared to $983 in 2020. So it went up 3.9%. Sydney went up 4.2% from 670 to 698. Central Saanich went up from 744 to 816. And you can see these are very different than the average price home. This is just a benchmark home, so an ideal home in these areas. Saanich East went from 860 to 899. That's in the top right there. Oak Bay went from 1.197 to 1.213, up 1.3%. Victoria went from 819 to 853, up 4.2. And then in the West Shore in Langford, 638 to 693, so up 8.6%. So that is one of the most active areas, along with Colwood went up 681 to 745. That's up 9.3%. And Souk went up 11.9% from 535 to 598. So we can see that the areas are hot all over the city. And the reason for that is a lot of people are moving out of condos right now. There's a couple of reasons. One, they wanted to get rid of investment condos. Number two, they wanted to be in single family homes. And so they're moving into places where they have more personal space. So what does $700,000 get you? Well, what I did was I went to 4 areas of the city, and here we are in Victoria, single family. Oh, actually, this is a townhome, and it's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. It is now $699. It was $719,000, and it's in Fairfield, and it's 1,386 square feet. I think this is a great deal, so let me know if you want to see it. In Saanich East, this property has been on the market for 26 days. It is a single family home, 3 beds, 2 baths. I'm seeing I have to fix this data. It's 1,200 square feet. And it was at 724. It's now at 714. And then in the West Shore, we have a home that's been on the market for 22 days, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, single family home. It's 1,663 square feet. The taxes are $2,994. It was $749. It's now $725. Now, when we look at the pictures, we see they look nice. We really have to get in the houses to see how they feel, how they smell, what the neighborhood's like. These all affect the value. And then in the West Shore, this is in Souk, single family home. This is a 1,663 square foot home. Taxes are $2,994. It was $749. It's now $725. And this home is in a bit of rough shape. I know that. So how has real estate changed in the COVID world? Well, we do a lot of our consultations now online through face-to-face meetings. And we talk strategy with our clients, and we can sign our paperwork virtually. We will introduce you to a mortgage broker. Again, she or he will chat with you virtually and get you pre-approved. And we really want to get you approved before we stick your house on the market, because we don't want to sell your home if you can't buy. Then we look at properties with you virtually and in person. And sometimes I go and I preview homes for sellers. And what I do is then we'll write the offer. Again, we can do that virtually through a program called DocuSign, have you sign the offers. And then when we do the inspections, I'll recommend inspectors for you. I will attend the inspection with you. And I do that because I attend a lot of inspections. So sometimes I see stuff that I think maybe we should question. And then about 10 days after that, we hit our subject removal date. Usually the date that's the longest, the subjects that the longest to get is the financing inspection. And that's because they often have to do an appraisal as well as the other due diligence on the property. And then finally, we then put in our deposit, and the deposit gets put into trust, or in the US, we call it escrow. And that money goes into our trust account at our brokerage. And then that gets applied towards your down payment of your house when you purchase, or somebody's purchasing your place. About 6 weeks after that, we meet you at the house, which is called completion and possession, and we hand you the keys. So that would be me doing that for you. We spoke the other day about the importance of house pricing. So what I do is I help you determine what the market value is of a house by doing comparative market analysis and looking what's for sale in the area and what's sold. And this balance between the seller and the buyer, that overlay is called market value. You really want to make sure that you do price your home properly, because the longer days on market you tend to have, as we've seen in the listings I've just shown you, increased days on market produces a lower sale price in the end. So it's important to try and price your home where the market value is. I really like to be realistic in my pricing, and what happens is I'm likely to get what we're asking for from a buyer. So if you want any information on the real estate market, let me know. I'm Jane Johnston with the BriarHillGroup at REMAX Camosun. I hope you enjoyed that rather speedy introduction to the market. If you have any questions, I have some moments, so if you want to comment on anything, let me know. I see there are a couple of people watching. $10 minutes, not so bad. Okay, have a good day. We will see you next Monday at He Said, She Said, They Said on this channel. See you later. Take care. Have a great day.